Hey everybody, it's Eric.
This is Glenda.
We are D&D Adventure and Board Games. Glenda.
What, Eric?
Star Trek Ascendancy. This is another expansion set. The Breen.
Can't pronounce it. It's okay.
But if you'd like to see what's inside of it,
stay tuned.
Alright, so expansion, Star Trek Ascendancy. I just picked this up the other day. And this is one of the two new expansions, the Breen, and then you have the Dominion War one. I'm like, it's laying over there, folks. It's next. As you guys know, we play Ascendancy. We like Ascendancy. I have everything for Ascendancy, except I never really bought the star bases and stuff like that. I could, but I just haven't. Or the extra ships to go along with every fleet, because, you know.
Why?
I do have, but I have the Borg.
When you have the Borg, you have everything.
When you have the Borg, you don't need anything extra, because they just, once they get on the board, they kill it all.
Kill everybody.
Unless you have your shields up to a point where they can't hurt you. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so, let's get into this one. Maybe. Alright, so it does have a quick rule book to explain how to play these guys, and it does tell you what all comes in this expansion. Now, normally you get your, what's those things called? The warp something. It has been a while since we played space lanes. You get the extra space lanes. You get your card here that explains where you're at in your technology, what your upgrade costs are, where the hit is, and there's a lot of cardboard in here. Alright, so you get your space lanes, you get your Ascendancy, which is, you know, based on how many, I believe it's cultures you can get, where you advance in your Ascendancy. If you get 5 Ascendancy, you win the game. It's one of the ways of winning. You get your research cards, tokens here, and then you get your production tokens, and you're getting culture ones, and you got your 3 space stations, which strangely look like Federation space stations. You get your warp tokens, you get your command cards, and the Breen home Confederacy home system. And then you get a couple new cards. You get the Expanse, you get a Singularity, and you'll get some more planets here.
Wow. Yeah.
And each planet gives you a little bit of maybe more dilithium production, or what is it, scientific. There's several different things. It's been a while.
Yes.
We like it, but
so many components. It's
kind of like getting Axis and Allies on the table. It takes so long to play it, and it's hard to get a group together on a day that you can just throw it out, and that's all you do that day. You do have your cards for your fleets. Now, for those who have played Ascendancy, obviously you have your basic fleet that comes with like 9 or 10 ships. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, you can fly fleets or you can fly individuals. Now, but when you flip these over, you get your bonuses, and this is a system. You got a System Patrol, Science Fleet, and Deep Strike Fleet. The Deep Strike Fleet, this fleet may invade a planet from an adjacent sector. If it does so, it cannot take control of the system and must retreat after the first combat round. Its Science Fleet, when this fleet braves a hazard, only roll for one of its ships. This fleet may brave the hazard of the phenomena they occupy without exhausting a command. And then your System Patrol. Each ship in the fleet rolls 2 dice when rolling to hit in a space battle in a Breen's territory. Breen. All the Star Trek fans are going, oh my god, he can't even pronounce it. Yeah, well.
Well, it's B-R-E, and so it's just like green, I guess, so it's Breen.
You get your cards here. You got your different things, espionage, military, science. It has been so long since we've had this on the table.
Yes.
I mean, we'll admit, we really like the game. and it can have so many different outcomes. You can, and the different
Actually good.
the difference of people playing, and like if you have the board come in or if you have the board start at the start, it changes the game completely. And honestly, once you play with the board, you don't ever want to not play with the board.
Well, they all have their strengths and weaknesses, you know. Balance it out.
Oh, and these are your trade agreements. Which is unique, because if I remember correctly, trade agreements with like Federation, you got 1, 2, and 3, and this one's 2 for each.
Interesting.
Alright, so that takes care of the cards, the tokens. So let's take a look at... Now, if you've played Ascendancy, you've seen these. You've got your culture, you've got your science, and you got your dilithium. And they always give you a bunch of extra ones when you get a new expansion. You know, it's been so long, I don't think we've even played... We haven't even played with the Vulcans and Andorians.
I don't think so.
We've got them.
Yep.
People at home are going, they don't play Ascendancy.
We just buy it and just put it in there.
Actually, I've even got a gaming map for this one. Oh, the civilization is kind of cool. You know, this is the one that you put those around to make your colony. Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. So these are for your fleets, and it signifies the 1, 2, and 3 at the bottom, and they just pop in the top like that. And then these other 2 tokens go onto your card to signify where you're at in your technology. And then you got ships. And these are your individual ships that can go around by themselves, or in groups, or in the fleets. And they will go on the fleet card.
Yep.
And you can get escalation packs, which give you more ships, so that on top of your fleet you have a lot more ships that you can build, depending on how large of a fleet, how warmongering you really are, because let's face it, if you're building ships to kill people. I mean, the Federation always says they're explorers, but why have they got the best warships?
Yeah, sure. That's what they say.
So that's it for that one. So if you'd like to see the Dominion War one, stay tuned for the next video. But as always, support your local gaming. We support and bought this at
Discover Games in Fayetteville, Georgia.
Why are you having such a problem with that tonight?
You know why? Because we were at the old Discover Mills in Gwinnett. So right now my mind is in
Thinking Discover Mills instead of Discover Games. As always, everybody, game on.
Game on.